2020 has been generous enough so far. A pandemic that killed millions, explosions everywhere in the world, wildfires destroying people's lives and endangering millions of species. Black Lives Mattered again, and should we expect aliens anytime soon? Oh wait. But to many people, all of this is not as important as the American presidential elections, the Oscars of politics, the event that will change the world's political map for the next 4 or 8 years. In this video, we will explore some of the most bizarre and strange US election incidents and facts. To those who don't know, the US election is held every 4 years, and an elected president can be elected for only 2 presidential periods, in total of 8 years. The voting system is probably different from that in your country, based on the fact that your country has elections in the first place. The voters do not choose the president directly through voting ballot boxes. Instead, there is a system called the United States Electoral College. The Electoral College is an electoral body whose mission is to elect the president and the vice president of the United States of America, and it is the only country that has this type of indirect voting, and it is written in its constitution. Instead of direct voting in favor of the president, the voters of the assembly are voted for, and they choose who will rule the country. Electoral College consists of 538 electors, and an absolute majority of electoral votes, 270 or more, is required to win the elections. 8 American presidents have died in office. 4 of them were assassinated, and they are Abraham Lincoln, James Garfield, William McKinley, and John F. Kennedy, while the other 4 died of natural causes, and they are William Henry Harrison, who died of pneumonia, Zachary Taylor died of gastroenteritis, Warren Harding, who died of a heart attack, and finally Franklin D. Roosevelt, who died of cerebral hemorrhage. Donald Trump is not the 45th president of the United States of America. Donald Trump is the nation's 45th president, but in reality there have been only 44 presidents. Grover Cleveland is counted twice as the 22nd and the 24th president because he was elected for 2 non-consecutive terms. First in 1884, then he lost his re-election campaign in 1888 and came back again to win the presidency for a second term in 1892. I guess you should never give up. 5 candidates won the popular vote but lost the election. In 1824, Andrew Jackson won the popular vote but got less than 50% of the electoral votes. John Quincy Adams became the next president when he was picked by the House of Representatives. In 1876, Samuel Tilden won the popular vote but lost the election when Rutherford B. Hayes got 185 electoral votes to Tilden's 184. In 1888, Grover Cleveland won the popular vote but lost the election when Benjamin Harrison got 233 electoral votes to Cleveland's 168. In 2000, Al Gore won the popular vote but lost the election to George Bush in the most highly contested election in the modern history. The U.S. Supreme Court stopped the Florida recount of ballots, giving Bush the state's 25 electoral votes for the total of 272 to Gore's 255. In 2016, Hillary Clinton won 48.2% of the total popular vote to Donald Trump's 46.1%, but lost the election to Trump. Trump won 306 electoral votes to Clinton 232. Only 13 US presidents have been elected to office for 2 terms and served those 2 terms. The longest serving president was Franklin D. Roosevelt, who was elected to office for 4 terms prior to 22nd Amendment. Article 2, Section 1, Clause 5 of the US Constitution has only 3 requirements for a president. 1. He must be at least 35 years old. 2. Have lived in the United States at least 14 years. 3. To be a natural-born citizen. John F. Kennedy is the youngest elected U.S. president at 43. He is also the first Catholic president. Ronald Reagan is the oldest elected U.S. president at 73 in his second term. The only president and vice president to never be elected to the office was Gerald Ford. He became vice president when Spiro Agnew resigned and became president when Nixon resigned. The tallest U.S. president was Abraham Lincoln at 6'4", and the shortest U.S. president was James Madison at 5'4". The 1992 election had the biggest turnout since 1972, with 61.3% of the voting age population heading to the polls. James Buchanan is the only bachelor to be elected president. Ronald Reagan and Donald Trump are the only divorced men to be elected president. James Monroe received every electoral vote but one in the 1820 election. The U.S. Marine Band has played at every presidential inauguration since 1801. President Bill Clinton was born William Jefferson, but took his stepfather's last name when his mother remarried. He formally changed his name to William Jefferson Clinton when he was 15. Victoria Woodhull became the first woman to run for president in 1872. Hillary Clinton became the first woman to be nominated for president by a major party ticket in 2016. President Barak Obama was the first African-American president. Martin Van Buren was the first natural-born American to become president in 1837. Each of the 7 previous presidents were born as British subjects. Thanks for watching. Please hit the like button, and a subscription to the channel would be incredible. See you in the next one.